What's up, y'all? We're actually going to do something a little bit different today, but I just kind of stumbled into this area and we got Steam censorship. What is this? This is brilliant. Lunk doesn't get to come over here with us, though. He's over in the guy's side. Dang. There's just a lot of people here. My pawns are in here healing up. Lunk has to hang out over there by himself. Let's see. I see you, Lunk. What's bro doing? Why does it look like he's going to the bathroom in the water? Lunk, knock that off, bro. What's up, man? Oh god, what a camera. Anyway, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about a few things that I wish I knew before I started Dragon's Dogma 2. I want to do another one of these after we've gotten to the end game as well, but we're gonna do one right now. We're gonna talk about a few things that I wish I knew beforehand. we need to get out of this scene. Never mind, Lunk. Go back to doing whatever you were doing, bro. I'm going back over to the women's side. Leave the hot spring, yes. I didn't know that hot spring was here. There's the first pro tip. When you get to the volcanic island, there's a hot spring right here that you can go be naked in with your pawns, and you get very clever Steam censorship. Where do I need to collect this port crystal anyway? Let's go talk about this one up here. We're gonna get to the first thing that I wish I knew beforehand. And if you know why we're heading to the mountain shrine, you can probably guess why. So, this is where the Sphinx was, and you can guess why I'm here. The first thing I wish I knew before I started this game, and I'm urging you 100% to do this, when you find a Seeker's token for the first time, mark down where it is. Because the Sphinx, who is normally found here, I'll give you the map location for this as well so you can see where she is. She gives you a quest where you have to find where you found your first Seeker's token. There are like 220 Seeker's tokens scattered all across this map from end to end. By the time you get to the Sphinx, because she's not in a very obvious place, let me tell you that, you could have already picked up multiple. I only had 3 and I still had to go back through my recorded footage to figure out where I found it because there are so many places it can be. I gotta pick up this. We don't need this here anymore. We already did all the Sphinx moved. We don't need that. If you haven't started yet, please just write it down. You have nothing to gain from trying to just remember it naturally. You have literally nothing to gain. You're just gonna end up extremely frustrated because if you can't answer all the Sphinx's riddles and you can't figure out where it is, you lose your ability to get the achievement for it. And I'm pretty sure that if you mess up multiple times, she kind of just flies away and you lose the ability to do her quest line at all. Just write it down. You're gonna thank yourself so heavily if you do. Let's go to our lovely, beautiful Vernworth so we can embrace ourselves in the lag while we talk about the next thing that I wish I knew. And the reason why I wanted to do this video, the reason why I'm not gonna become a channel that does like this many reasons why you should do this in a game. Nah, we're not doing that all the time. But Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen and Dragon's Dogma 1 in general, it also left a lot of things unsaid, but that game was far smaller. You only really had like a few locations to worry about talking with people. Stumbling into things was a lot easier then. Now this game kept the same attitude as wanting you to stumble into things, rather, except for it's massive. So I was like, if I can give some people, because I know I got some viewers who haven't played this game yet who are planning to, and I know that there's probably people just looking into Dragon's Dogma who are gonna find this, and it's really easy to make mistakes and kind of lock yourself out of things in this game. It's just the nature of the game. But that brings us to our next thing. I've seen a lot of people complain about the fact that it's hard to save scum this game, and I get it. I like to save scum too, but it's actually really super easy to save scum this game. So when you're on your main menu, you got load from last save, but there is also the load in save, and load in save, that is your ticket to save scumming, because the in save, it only saves when you sleep at an inn. It doesn't save when you sleep at a campsite. Now you might be thinking, well, I gotta spend money to save scum. No. Well, yeah, technically yes, but you can get away with only doing a one-time payment if you buy the accommodations, which if I remember right, was not very expensive. I want to say like 30 grand. I know the one in Batal was 30 grand, but sleeping at your house as well, as far as I remember, it sets up an in save too. And then if you happen to do something, you go, oh crap, I think I just locked myself out of something, which if it's your first time playing this game is probably gonna happen because this game seems very trigger happy to lock you out of anything it can at any given time. You're probably just gonna want to drop an in save now and then, like anytime you start the game, before you go do anything important, just drop a little sleepy at your house. You know? Sorry, I was looking up my list. Oh yeah, the next one is something that's actually, I think is actually super cool. The next one is actually one of my favorite things that they changed in this game. Well, actually saying favorite things to change is kind of misleading because there are not a ton of changes between this and Dragon's Dogma, to be totally honest with you. There are less than you would expect from a game that came a decade plus later. And another reason I wanted to make this video and why this is a lot different than my usual just talk and yap commentary is I'm setting up something in this game for Saturday's video I wasn't quite ready to commit to it yet, so I was like, oh, what can we do that doesn't really derail that, but I can just talk? If you are not new to the Dragon's Dogma series, you're already familiar with enhancing equipment. You can upgrade equipment a few times, but in this game, what I didn't realize until far too late, and here's a good example of it here. I have 2 different upgrade types on it. There are 3 different enhancement types, and I haven't even used one of them myself. There is the enhancement from the Vermund area, which if I remember right, it kind of has an equal boost to everything and lowers weight carried more. There's the upgrade from the Batal region, which I think is a bit more strength focused. And then there is the Elven upgrades, which is from the Sacred Arbor, and I've not actually done anything with that. I'm not sure we've even gone to the Sacred Arbor on this channel, but I think that's mostly magic-based upgrades. I think I learned that today when I was looking up the difference between the Vermundian and the Batali upgrades, and then I was like, wait, there's a third one too? I didn't know that. I missed it entirely. You can actually spec stuff out a lot better than I have because you can spec stuff out based on what class you're playing. Guys, shut up, I'm trying to talk. And on that note, the Dragonforge system has changed greatly since Dragon's Dogma 1 as well. Now, that's probably old news. Most of this is probably old news, but you need to kill drakes and lesser dragons to get worm life crystals, and then you take that to a specific guy who upgrades your stuff. You don't just get the Dragonforge from fighting them, so when you pick up worm life crystals, don't do what I did and sell them right away. Once I got to the point where I was needing to use them to upgrade my stuff, I was like, I probably sold 20 of these, and what did I sell 20 of these to do? I don't remember. I probably wasted that money on curatives. The next thing I wanted to talk about is, if you remember the original Dragon's Dogma, there was notice board quests you could do to farm some money. Those don't seem to be a thing at all anymore, and it just occurred to me today when I was prepping to make this video. I was like, there ain't no notice board in this game, is there? Like, I legitimately didn't notice, but they did implement a system called pawn quests, and I have Jackie's pawn thing up here, and if you look to the right, you can see the pawn quest part of it. It pays pretty well to do the pawn quests, and they're usually not very hard. Sphinx Mothers is just to receive a slate-colored horn, and in return, she gives you 11 dragon scales. The pawn quests are actually worth paying attention to, and I have not paid attention to them at all while playing this game. You would think that maybe this would be a video that I would script, but I don't work off a script for nothing. We just get to do whatever we want, whenever we want. Let me on, baby. We're going to the Chest Point Rest Town to talk about something else that I didn't figure out until far too late in the game. This is another place where you may not end up until quite late. By the time I actually got here and found what I'm about to tell you, it was like, wow, I probably could have used counterfeiting for a few of those missions and ended up with some items. But in Dragon's Dogma 1, the Black Cat is basically in the main town where you spend most of your time. Like, it's pretty easy to get introduced to the concept of counterfeiting really quick. In this game, they stash it away in this border checkpoint town, so unless you have come here already, you might have submitted missions that you could have benefited from using forgeries without even coming here. And here he is. He's hanging out just over here. There is another little tidbit from this town that I think is important. It's a time quest. So if you trigger this one, go do it right away. But this guy, he drops little quests on you to go help his nephew or something like that. If you go do it, you get a permanent discount here. It's not the biggest discount in the world, 5%, but still, when you're buying stuff like fairy stones that are 10 grand a piece, you might as well get it and save a little bit of money. I always forget to buy fairy stones here myself, but that is why we're doing do as I say and not as I do. This is something that I wish I knew. Actually, this is something that I wish I knew, and we're gonna talk about it really quick. Do not let your drive to get to the end of the story quest make you miss everything. Honestly, when I first started this playthrough, I was so razor focused on progressing the story quest that I feel like I missed a lot of things. I finally had a viewer who said to me, like, you're getting pretty close to the end. You might want to go explore other stuff. And to be honest with you, like, I wish I had been doing that from the start. I kind of ignored that natural experience of going around and getting to know things better. The story quest in this game is really not very much. I'm assuming if you spent the type of money that this game costs to get this game, you probably want to spend more than 10 minutes playing it. Like, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get what I mean, right? They almost don't hold your hand quite enough. They should have held your hand, maybe not even held your hand. They should have restrained your wrists and said, take your time with this game because it's gonna be one fast burn if you don't take your time. And this game was expensive. I want to have a good time with it for a long time. We've been having a good time on a lot of videos together with this game. Ow. I'm getting beat right now. Lung, can you help me? I'm trying to talk. But the only reason we're able to spend so much time together playing this game and have such a good time with it is because I've had to drastically slow down how I play. If you want to just go around gathering resources and killing monsters, I think you're supposed to. Like, I think that's supposed to be part of the experience, and whether or not that's an experience for you is a different story. I know it's not been a lot of people's experience. There's been a lot of negative hubbub about this game. The experience you have with the game is kind of on you. It's almost like an adventure sandbox. I hate to word it that way because it sounds like so mitigating of the story that's there, but it is 100% like an adventure sandbox. I forgot I had other abilities. There's another thing I want you to do. Don't forget you have abilities. Don't be like me. I know we didn't have very many things that I wish I knew before I started playing, but to be honest with you, it's an extremely straightforward game. It's just that it doesn't tell you how to do anything. What's bro eating? I'm gonna hit him. That would be fun to end this video with a little griffin fight. Oh yeah, there's my other thing that you should know before you start playing this game. The griffin is a troll, dude. He comes out of nowhere just to mess with you. And if you're making videos, it's even worse because he'll just pop out of nowhere to make you feel like a dummy. All right, hit him with these exploding shots. That always does good damage. Cook him, boys. Just keep cooking him. Just keep cooking him with these explosions. He's a little baby anyway. Look at him fall over. Wait, is he dead already? How did he die so easy? Which one of you just did a bajillion damage to him? He had like 2 health bars left. Was that you? You had 2 health. He had 2 health. You just drained 2 health bars. Oh my God, Lunk. You're legitimately the GOAT. That's crazy. What did he do? No, that high five was earned, bro. That high fives are earned, not given, and you earned it. Oh. Well, see you later, Jackie. I don't... What? Well, I guess that's as good a time as any video. Thank you for joining me while I ranted today, y'all. And don't forget, if you have issues with the game, you can always just become a content creator and let your community tell you how to do everything. That's what I do, and it's worked out great for me so far. I'll see you in the next one. We'll have a bit more of an exciting video on Saturday. Have a great rest of your week. Peace. I'm gonna rescue Jack.